All right, let's give people time to come in. Invite your friends. I just got out of the live. Now I'm back. Invite your friends. Let's give them time to come in. Invite your friends. I know I got off the live and then now I'm back. Let's wait for people to join in. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me send this one away. Say hello and go away, okay? Because you can't be in the videos, okay? All right, let me send him back and then I'll be back. Alright, I have another request. Hopefully this time is... Are we connected? Somebody is connecting. It's connected to stream time.
Hello.
Ask me questions only.
Yeah, thank you. Hello, I'm Jafet Monda. My question may be, okay, I have a question. Yeah, I traveled to US on 1st of this month, but up to now I've
for the roses.
so Nafula. So up to now I've not received my social number.
Or the social security number?
Yeah, and by the way, my package was received in Dublin. Not at the DFW where I expected, but I gave it at Dublin. So
let me get this first. So you're a DV lottery winner, correct?
Yeah.
What DV lottery winner are you? DV 2023 or DV 2024?
2024.
2024. When did you arrive in the country?
It was on 1st this month.
The 1st of this month.
Yeah.
So you are just worried you haven't gotten a social security number, correct?
Yeah.
What state are you located?
Texas in Grapevine.
In Texas. So
Yeah.
what you're gonna do, go online,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And see the social security office in Texas around your area.
Yeah.
Get the address. Once you get the address, go to that address. Make sure you carry everything, your birth certificate, your passport that has your visa inside, everything, because they
Yeah.
might ask for anything.
Yeah.
And then don't wait for your host.
Yes.
Wait for a host, nothing happens. Get all that stuff and then book an appointment.
Yeah.
So they have appointments online. Book an appointment, go there, and then you're here. You're like, I'm here to apply for the social security card. And then you'll have somebody fill in that information, and then they'll get your new address, and then you go home and wait for a week or two, and then you'll get your social security card. So that's all you need to do.
Thank you so much. But somebody told me that the moment they stamp at the point of entry, so you wait for 2 to 3 weeks. Was he correct?
So, no, sometimes it works. So for the most part, you don't need to do anything. But some people, if you don't go there and follow up, so if you go to the Social Security office and maybe they already printed your card and you already have a number, they will write the numbers down for you. So when you go home and you want to apply for a job, you just go and enter the numbers and you get a job.
Thank you
Before
so
you
much.
get the card.
Okay.
But then if you go there and then they haven't started processing, they'll get all your information and they'll tell you, okay, wait for a week or two so that we can print your card.
I'm humble. Thank you so much.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. All right, I'm going to take the second question. Let me see how to do that. I'm not going to invite I almost got a terrorist in there or something like that. Like I couldn't get him off my screen. Okay, let's get another person. Come on. If you get in, make sure you talk so that we know we are connected. Hey.
Yeah, so first I would like to say thank you for supporting our fellow Kenyans. Are you a Kenyan?
Yeah, I'm a Kenyan, 100%.
Yeah, I followed your account from day first when I saw that you support those people who have just won the DV lottery.
Thank you for the support. What's your question?
And I was asking, what happens when somebody, for instance, if you miss the host? If you don't get a chance to get a host and then you have won the DV lottery, what happens?
Then you have a problem because you need a host. So when you win a green card lottery, you need to complete the DS-260. In that DS-260, that's the address that you're going to stay in the US. Because if you're coming to the United States, you're not going to be homeless. So they want to know where you'll be staying. So that address you'll need to put in your DS-260 so that your green card, your social security number, and everything is sent to that address. So you need a host, 100%.
Oh,
without a host, you'll not get a visa because at the embassy they will ask you where are you gonna stay, and you need an address for your host.
And what time does the embassy give you to fill the form?
So the embassy doesn't care if you fill the form or not, so they won't follow you up. So after you win the green card lottery, it's advisable you fill the DS-260 right away so that they start processing. But then that depends on so many factors. Like for example, like if you have a case number, if you have a low case number, if you fill the DS-260 quicker, you'll get a quicker interview. But if you delay, you'll have a low case number, but then you wait for so many months to get an interview because you are delaying in your filling the DS-260. So once you find out you won today, if you have your host address, fill the DS-260 today. So they start processing. And then the DS-260, they're misleading people. They're like, if you don't have a passport, you can't fill. If you don't have a passport, still complete the DS-260 so that they start processing. So where it says the passport information, just enter, like, there's a drop down that says other document, select other document so that it allows you to go to the next question. And then when you get the DS, you get your passport, if like you're not interview the DS, you can actually and then add your passport information. If they process before you get your passport, you can just show up with your passport at the embassy. So either way, make sure you complete your DS-260, whether you have a passport or you don't, because people are making that mistake. Okay, let's go to the next one. Hold on, let me see. Disconnect that, and then Let's go to the next one. If you get in, make sure you talk so that we know you are connected. All right, we can play some music before they get connected.
Hello.
Okay, we are connected. Sorry, I just want to make it fun so it's not boring. Okay, the next person. What's your question?
My question, how are you first?
I'm doing very well, as you can see. I'm usually very hyper, very. I just like to
How is,
have
Amer-
fun. So
how is America?
we're called here, but we're doing good. Hopefully, you guys are coming to be my neighbor, right?
Yes, we are trying, but we are trying.
So,
we are
what's
really
your
trying.
question? What's your
My first
question?
question is,
Mm-hmm.
my first question, I have been applying this is my second time I'm applying the green card.
Mm-hmm.
And my first question is, how much am I supposed to be maybe preparing when for the process, like, because I
So
hear it
after
is
you
very
finish,
huh?
yeah. So the amount I did a video. If you go to my videos, that's the easiest way because I broke it down, like your interview fee, medical fee, passport fee, like the basics. So if you go to my videos on my TikTok, there's a video that says the cost of processing after you win. So that way, like, you're not wasting time, like breaking it down. There's a video there. Everybody can go there if you want to know the cost of processing, and then you'll just get it.
My second question, please.
Mm-hmm.
Is it apart from the DV lottery?
Mm-hmm.
I had a friend, who was a family there, and he was telling me maybe we can find a way, maybe we can come and visit there. We can come and visit America. Is there a way that you can, if you come with him there, is there a way as a visitor? Is there a way you can maybe maneuver and remain there?
Yes, but it's a long process. So to
Yeah.
remain here, you have to adjust your status to a permanent resident. There's so many ways to do it. But then another thing, like if you come here on a visitor's visa and you get married, then the person you get married to, if they're citizens, they can process for you. Some people have navigated where they've come here and then they got employment-based visas, and then they ended up like, getting into a green card, but it's not easy. If you come on a visitor's visa, unless like my mother came here on a visitor's visa, but I am a citizen because I'm an American citizen. I was able to file paperwork for her, and then she was able to get her her green card. So now she's gonna apply for citizen this year because she's been having a green card for 5 years. But then she came as a visitor, and then now I've petitioned for her. Same with the kids. If you have your children come here and you're a citizen, you can petition for them. If you have parents who, you want to petition and you're a citizen, you can petition. But then if you have siblings, like if you have a brother, if they come here and you petition, it takes 13 years. For siblings, it's a long wait. So you just have to know like what way you want to go so that you don't become illegal in America. So it's not going to be easy if you come with a visitor's visa. Because when you get into the country, at the port of entry, if you have a B1, B2 visa, that's a visitor's tourist visa, whether you're here for medical or whatever reason. Your I-94 is going to have the duration of stay. So you'll have either 6 months or 3 months. After 6 months, you become illegal in the US because they said after 6 months you leave. So if you stay, you become illegal. If you become illegal, if you're not able to adjust your status to something else, like a green card, and you leave the country, you won't be able to come here. You'll be banned for either 3 years, 5 years, or 20 years, depending on how long you stayed. So that's how you have to be very, very careful with the visitor's visa. Don't
My
come
last
here when you're.
question.
Uh-huh.
My last
That's
question, eh?
the last. Other people are waiting.
Yes.
Yep.
My last one. My last question is that by following the TikTok, the videos on YouTube, I mostly this caregiving work, eh?
Mm.
Is it something good maybe you can do? Because I see in Kenya we have some colleges offering the caregiving courses. Is it advisable that maybe you can do it in advance, something like that?
Yeah. So, like caregiving, CNA, and whatever, if you want to pay for somebody to teach you in Kenya or whatever, and they can find you a job here, they have ways to bring you here, then yes. But then if they don't have a plan, there's no point. Because if you come here and you have a green card, if you go to train for the CNA, the facility that trains you for the CNA pays you salary. So you're getting paid to go to class. So why will you pay to go to class when you can be paid when you get here? There's no point. So unless they're gonna process
That is
all,
no point.
yeah. So unless they're gonna help you immigrate here, they're just teaching you and giving you a certificate, and they're like, just go. That's not. It's not. And it takes like 3 months or 2 months to train for the caregiving job. So you don't need to pay somebody 30,000 to train you. You can just train when you get here. All right.
Okay,
We'll get a
thank you so
question from
much.
somebody else. All right.
Thank
You
you.
are welcome. Let me get somebody else so that everybody gets a chance. Okay, disconnect that. Let's go to Jojo is the next one. Jojo, what are you doing? You talk. Hi.
I have questions here, like concerning the DV lottery. Yeah, like if you want to go to US, yeah, and you've actually stayed in another country, and you need police reports, yeah, do you need to take police report from the country you have stayed before?
Yes, all of them. But then there's a duration. Some embassies, they say 6 months. Other embassies says 1 year. Like if you stay there for 1 year, that's the only time you need it. But then some have requested as much as 6 months that I've seen, especially like if you go to Arabic countries or countries that are on the red flag for terrorism. So, for example, if you get deported from there for the wrong reasons, if they don't give you the police clearance, you will not get a visa. So it's important. So if you've stayed in other countries, like maybe you visited a country, you stayed there for more than 6 months and stuff like that, make sure you start working on getting the clearance after you win. Because what happens, the clearance is good for a year and some countries is good for 6 months. So if you get it now, it's not going to help. So just wait until you win and then you start pursuing that the clearance. And I have Juma that I'm hosting, Juma from Tanzania. He went to Tanzania and he had to go to Saudi Arabia and follow up with the clearance because they won't give him a visa. So if you lived in any country, and they will see in your passport, and even if your passport expired and then you got another passport, they will still see the record. So just make sure if you lived in another country, save yourself trouble, go find a clearance.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. Let's go to the next person. We can do Anthony. Anthony, when you get in, say hello. Anthony. Another country. Hey. Is he? Are you connected? Hi. If not, we'll go to the next person. That way we're not wasting time. Let me go to the next person because I have a lot of requests. All right. Osnet. Let's pull him up here. When you come in, make sure you say hello. And then ask your question so that you know you're connected. Otherwise, you're going to the next person.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, NAFULA.
Hi.
How is you?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm from Kenya. I'm good also.
Oh, hi. What's your question?
My question is,
Mm-hmm.
nikienda interview
Mm-hmm.
na mimi nimeajiriwa na serikali.
Mm-hmm.
When is the best time kuresign? Wakati naenda kukata ticket ama?
After you get your visa. Because winning the
Yeah.
green card does not guarantee you will get a visa. So usually I advise
Okay.
somebody not to resign first. Wait until you go to the embassy. When they say your visa is approved, then you can put your notice. But if you put your notice and then you go there, they deny your visa, then what? Then you start looking for a job. So make sure don't
Okay.
resign after you win. Resign after you get your visa. Okay? All right.
After your visa has been approved. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go to the next person. Thank you. All right. If you get in, say hello because I have a lot of requests here so that we move really quick.
Yes,
make sure you
hello.
share the live with everybody who applied for the green card. Make sure you're tapping the screen and you're sharing the live so they can come and ask questions. Okay, Anthony.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Hello. It's afternoon here, but like, yeah, hi.
Sorry, from my side is evening. I'm good.
Yeah. What's
So
your
my question is number one. During the application of the DB lottery, I applied on the part of education. I feel that my highest level of education is Form 4, high school degree, something like that. And yet I'm a graduate. If selected, should I maintain that I'm a Form 4? My highest level of education is degree, or should I change? Should I change it?
No, I tell people that. So for the DV lottery, the basic requirement is high school education. And high school education in Kenya, they want very minimum grade, D something, like D, not even like C, Ds. So if you got like a C or you're above a D, you're good. You're already qualified based on the high school. The thing is, like with the embassy, if you give them more information, they need more proof, right? So if you go there and you're like, okay, I graduated university, they'll be like, okay, bring your transcript. And then they'll be like, okay, why did you lie in your application? So usually I say maintain whatever you put in your application, put in your DS260, and then go all the way to the embassy with the same thing. So that way they're not raising red flags about you lying, okay? So just go, make sure, as long as they send you high school, they won't ask you like, oh, did you go to university or whatever. So just go there with a high school, and then you have proof of high school. They're like, okay, what have you been doing? You're like, oh, I've been going to college or something like that. Even if they ask you for the transcript, they won't ask you for the degree because you're like, yeah, I've been going to college. But if you go there and then you're like, oh, I just lied in my application. I knew I had a degree and then I put high school. They'll be like, you lied in your application. That's what you don't want. So if you have the minimum high school, you're good to go. Even if I had a degree and I said high school, nobody asked me anything. So they don't ask you what you don't tell them. If you tell them, they will ask you. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Let's
Thank
go
you.
to the next person. All right. You're welcome. Let's see. All right. If you come in, say hello and then ask your question. Are we connected? If not, we go to the next. Okay, there. Teresa. Hi.
Hi, NAFULA.
Hi.
Okay, so I have a question regarding school qualification. So I have a diploma myself, but on the application there was nowhere I saw where I would indicate diploma. There was just university and some courses. So I decided to choose high school since I have the high school. So I don't know, should I include the diploma in my DS260?
Usually just maintain the high school. If you want to indicate diploma, you pause and then you go with the transcripts. But if you just say high school, they won't ask you for the transcripts because they'll be like, okay, maybe go get your transcript certified. Then that's more work for you. So if you go to high school and you know you can qualify with high school, do not add anything that you didn't put in your application because it doesn't add points. As long as you have high school, they don't care.
Okay, and one last question. I heard to say social media would also like bring you down in some way because you find maybe on social media I posted myself maybe in a uniform, maybe work uniform that is related to what I didn't indicate. Would that bring a problem?
So if you want to add, like I said, if you want to put in your DS260 that you have a diploma, right? And you didn't, you see the way you just explained to me, like there's nowhere you will indicate that. So you can add it to your DS260 and take your transcript there if you're not comfortable. But then usually with the social
Okay.
media, they're not going there to look like, okay, what they're going to look for. Did you say anything negative about America? You know, some people, they just post negative things about America, about destroying America and stuff like that. They're looking for stuff like that on social media.
Okay.
Or if you say like you're either single with no child, and then on your social media you have pictures of your husband, of your children and stuff like that, they know like you're lying. So those are the stuff they look at.
Okay.
Yeah. But then
Okay.
education, for the most part, people who have high school, they've not had any issues at all, as long as you meet the minimum requirement. But if you do not have high school,
Okay.
maybe you still have high school, and maybe you did not finish high school, then there's a problem because they're like, you don't qualify under education. Now you need work experience, 2 years work experience, and not all work experience qualifies. So you have to go online and check which work experience that qualifies you. Okay. But then other than that, like if you have a degree or whatever, you're just like, okay, I didn't know like that there was no place to put a diploma. So I have it here. They'll be like, oh, this is a plus, but then it won't make it, they will deny you a visa because you have a diploma, but then you had a high school. You know what I mean? So that will be a
Okay. Yes.
problem.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let me go to the next question. Did we take Jamo, or Jamo wasn't connected? I see him again. Let's go to Chris. All right, Chris, what's your question? Chris, are you there?
Yeah, how are you?
Hi. What's your question?
Okay, thank you for what you do always, and may God bless you. That's what I can say. But I have my question here. For me, I applied when I'm not in, because I'm Ugandan, but I applied in from Saudi Arabia. So what if I go through? What can I do? Maybe they have called you for an interview. You're not in a country, and remember, when we come here in Saudi Arabia, we always work on contracts, right? So you cannot go out of work. Like you've got a chance, you cannot terminate the work. We sign contracts. So what if I go through? I'm in a country which is not mine. They have called you, like, is there any chance, like, hey, I can do this, you can do that? Because I'm among those who are waiting in May, but I'm confused.
So that one first you have to discuss with the employer. That's one. Haruna just came in on the 19th. He had a similar issue with Saudi Arabia. So what he did, when he got green card, he went for the interview in Saudi Arabia. And then
Okay.
so he went there, they processed and he got a visa. He got his visa last year in November. But he had to stay until he just came here like less than a week ago. He had to do that. And because once you get a visa, you don't have 6 months to do it. So if
Yeah.
you have to communicate with the employer, like how can I terminate my contract? How can I between you and the
Yeah.
employer, I can't advise you what to do. And if you have a visa and you have like a Kenyan embassy over there, you can just go to a Kenyan embassy or whatever. You're like, I have a visa to go to the United States. These people are denying me a chance to go to the United States, and see if they can help you, because the embassy there, I'm assuming it works. So maybe you can pursue that route. But then that's a discussion between you and the employer, or you and the embassy over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because just what I wanted is that what I was asking is there any interview that I made outside my country? Like, for example, when I'm not in Uganda, because I heard that when you're in Uganda, the interview are supposed to be in Nairobi, right?
Not necessarily. Like I said,
Not
Haruna
necessarily.
is Ugandan. Haruna is from Uganda. His interview was
Yeah.
in Saudi Arabia. So when you fill your DS to 60, it asks you which embassy do you want to go to? Because you're already in Saudi Arabia, there's no point of flying to Uganda. Because if you fly to Uganda, they don't process DV lottery winning, so you have to go to Kenya. So you're just creating
Ah,
work for yourself. So you'd rather
okay.
do an interview in Saudi Arabia.
I
And
got
then
it. So
yeah.
what you mean is that when I get a chance, then I've been called, that paper that I'm going to sign the document, it's where I will put that I'm in this location, right?
Not the
I'm in
paper
this
you
country.
sign. The DS260 that you complete online is not a paper. So once
I
you
know.
win, like if you follow me on YouTube, you'll see usually like after the results come in,
I
we have results in May.
yeah.
Usually I teach over there. Okay, this is the DS260. This is how to access the DS260. So in your DS260, you'll put the embassy, like in Saudi
Ah,
Arabia, and then
okay.
also you will indicate your present address. So usually they
Okay.
try to schedule interviews based off that address because they know this is your permanent residence.
Ah,
So they
okay.
schedule you unless you want to go to Uganda yourself. Otherwise,
No, no, no.
people have indicated they want to do the interview in Nairobi, and then they had to fly and do that, which is okay depending on whatever they prefer. But then and then also if you find out you won, and maybe if the contract is almost like if you can get out of that country, if you have a good case
Mm.
number, like your number is very low, like 20,000, you're gonna get an interview. If you can
Uh,
speak out of that country, but only that you'll need a clearance. You'll need clearance if you've
but,
been there for a year. But then that's why it's
unfortunately,
do it the right way.
I've just renewed because I was my contract was ending in 2024. Then like I wanted to add 1 year, 1 year. Then
So if you added
between
1 year, it should be fine.
yeah, that's why
Because the results come out in May. You
yeah.
have until they start processing the DV 2025 in October of this year. And then they
Yeah.
will do interviews until October of next year. So you see, you have more than a year already. So you should be
Thank you
fine.
so much. Thank you, Mrs.
You're welcome. Let's go to the next person here.
Okay.
Let's see. Now let's bring who? And make sure, like, if you asked a question already, just give other people a chance so that they can ask questions as well. All right. If you're connected, you just say hello so we know you're connected. Are you there? No? We'll go to the next person if you're not there. Let me go to the next person. All right. Make sure you share the live so that people can come and ask questions. Tap the screen. Share the live so that people can come and ask questions. Hi.
How are you, NAFULA?
Hi.
How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine.
What's your question? I can't hear you. There's a lot of background noise. I can't hear you.
The
Hello.
question I asked, they say I'm also in Saudi Arabia, and one of my Uganda colleagues has asked a very good question. So that's what the question I was supposed to ask, but it's good. I've listened it carefully. I wanna
Also,
do
your
what you
question
have
has
said.
been answered already.
Yes, I'm in Kenya, but now in Saudi Arabia. But what if my contract ends in 2025 April? Will I get a chance? Maybe.
Yeah, you'll make it. Like I said, the visa starts October this year until October next year. So even if you go to the embassy, you get your visa, you
Yes.
still have time to finish your contract and still fly out. Should be good.
Yes.
Okay. All right, we'll go to
Thank
the
you.
next person. You're welcome. Let's go to the next person here. Let's find Nick. Nick?
Yes, hello.
Hi.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. What's your question?
I wanted to ask, like, maybe if you have a kid
Mm-hmm.
and you didn't include that kid during the application, maybe you were out of the country and you had to you had a doubt whether that kid is yours or is not. Maybe you had to go for a DNA, and you didn't include that kid during the application, with the fear that maybe when you go to the embassy, they might subject this kid for a DNA, and the results comes when it's not yours, as they say maybe you
Let me get it
lie.
clear first. So you did not include this kid in the application?
Someone did not include. I have a friend of mine who did like that because maybe
So,
he
okay.
had a doubt whether
So,
the kid is his or not.
so let me just stop you right there. If you did not include this kid in the application, if this kid shows up at the embassy, you're getting denied a visa. Because guess what? We talked about, if you follow me on my YouTube, I say do not lie in your application. That's ground for visa denial. So if you did not include your wife, you did not include your kid, and you have like 10 kids, that's it. If you win and then you put them in the DS260, when you go to the embassy, they already denied you a visa. You're just showing up to pay. They won't give you a visa, whether you knew you had this kid or you didn't. So any kid who's included in the DS260 and was not in the application is a kid who was born after you applied. So after, if somebody was pregnant, they gave birth after they applied, you can include that kid. If you got married after you applied, you can put the new wife in the DS260. But anybody that existed before and you did not include, don't even try. Then you
So
waste-
what? So what?
they won't
So
understand. Huh?
What if you include a kid, and during the medical, they subject that kid for a DNA test, and the results comes when it shows that maybe it's not yours. Will not say that maybe you forged.
They might, but depending, like if this kid is in your your name is on your birth certificate, usually maybe you didn't know. Thank you for the rose. Yeah, maybe you didn't know. So that, like, they're human, they know. Like, because in America, if for example you marry somebody who was a kid, that kid is your step kid, and that kid is yours. So if you apply, you have to include that kid as much as is your step kid, as much as you've not adopted them. They're your step kids,
Yes.
they're your kids. You have to include them. So it's the same exact concept. If you're married to this woman, whether that kid, there's no grounds of subjecting you to a DNA unless they really suspiciously think like this kid, there's something a little bit amiss. Otherwise, they don't do DNAs like that. So, but if you're like, they suspect like, okay, there's something that happened here. There could be like something that's raising flags. Then they'll be like, okay, let's do a DNA. Maybe you added your nieces or you added because they know people do that. They add nieces, cousins, whoever in there. So if they suspect that you're doing that, your name is not on the birth certificate, and this kid is not your step kid or something like that, that'll be a problem. But if it's just your kid, you go there, you didn't raise eyebrows or whatever like that, no red flags, you should be fine. But anybody that was not included in the application and existed before you applied, do not even try to include them. That will mess you up.
That means you just go like when you didn't include that person, the DS, maybe during the application.
I'm not supposed to tell you this, but then what I say, if you applied as single, process your
Just
DS
go
60 as single,
single.
go to the interview as single, come to America as single. If you try to mess up in there, try to put your truth in there, that's it. Okay, we'll go to the next person, okay? So that we give everybody an opportunity. Thank you. All right, let's go to Bella. All right, Bella, hi.
Hi.
What's your question, Bella?
I was asking.
Mm-hmm.
I applied for this. I applied.
Mm-hmm.
I did not include my kids.
Mm-hmm.
When I go there, in case when I win and I go there, can I bring my kids, or they will say because you applied single, you remain like that? Can I bring my kids later?
So when you come here and you become a citizen, a lot of people, some have managed to bring those kids, but you'll always be on the radar because you will do something and they'll try to investigate what you did. And if they realize like you did something that you lied in the process of immigration, America, they don't care. They will deport you after you've been here for 50 years. Like I tell people, there's people who apply to come here as refugees, right? Asylum. You're here saying, my life is that I'm threatened. I can't go back to my country. And then the moment you get your green card, you fly back to the country that you said you are threatened. It says in the record. Don't think it's not there. The moment they find out, they start processing, they will deport you. They don't care. So what I say is like, it's good to say, tell the truth. That way you don't have to hide. You don't have to look over your shoulders. Like if maybe somebody who knows that you did that will be like, if somebody, people here, then sometimes they don't like each other, African people. So they will just contact immigration. They're like, oh, this person did this. And if they investigate and find out like it's true what they are saying, then you're putting your immigration status at risk. So you can bring them here, but you'll always have that, like, okay, what if they find out? What if?
I can bring them before if I've settled, because I cannot.
No, you can
I
bring them
cannot
if you are a citizen, because if you are a citizen, you can file for your own children. But
Ah,
then, so the immigration doesn't look, sometimes it doesn't look very well to see your process that you applied as single, right? So they will be like, okay, let's just approve it. And sometimes if you get like somebody who's in immigration who's gonna look at those paperwork, they will deny, and you might get in trouble for fraud. Here, like, is big. Immigration fraud is really big. Like, you can get deported. So just include the kids. And then if like you win and you don't want to bring them, you can just leave them there and then come and then bring them later. But if you don't include them, then like your immigration is always like, you can bring them, but like you never know, something can happen and then you end up like, okay, now you're in immigration, you're in a deportation court because you lied on your immigration status. They don't like that.
okay, now I have understood. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Let me go to the next person here. Let's see. Hey, you're back again. Can you hear us now? No? Hey. Uh-oh. The guest is offline. We'll go to somebody else. Let's see. Let me see. I have a lot of requests. Let's see. Hi. Are you there? Otherwise, we'll go to the next person. You're there?
Hi,
Jo-
how are you?
Hi.
I'm good. My question is kind of similar from the other people. I wanted to ask if I fill my DS 260 and say I've got kids, I'm going to travel with them. Then when I get to the interview, let's say I didn't get enough money, I didn't manage to take them. Is it going to be a problem if I say no, I won't be traveling with them?
No, that's not a problem. Actually, I have a similar case. I had like a lady I was helping out. So what happened? They won the green card and the lady was pregnant. So they went to the interview, I think in August, I think it was August last year. So they had a newborn that they had to add to the application, either August or September, something like that. So they went to the embassy. This newborn did not have a passport. So when they got there, they will not approve the visa because they needed a passport for this kid. But then because it was August and then, like end of September, they finished processing the green card for the fiscal year, right? So what they decided to do, they decided to say that they're not going with the newborn. So their visa can be approved. And then they came over here and the lady went back there to just take care of the kids. And then she does come every 6 months. So you can totally, it's fine. You can just go there and say like, okay, we don't have any money. I decided I'm going to do this. So don't do their medical. You can contact the embassy or you can unlock your DS to 60. But if it's processed already, it's locked by the embassy, you're not going to be able to do that. So you can contact the embassy. You're like, I've decided I'm not going with the kids. So they don't do the medical. They don't have to pay for the passport. They don't have to pay for the interview fee. Only the people immigrating will be able to do that. So if you don't want to come with somebody, don't worry about it. You can change it. You can be like, yeah, I've decided we're not going with this ones because of finances. That's completely okay. Thanks for the rose. All right, let's go to the next person. You're welcome. Let's go to Ronnie. Hi, Ronnie.
Hi, Nafula.
Mm-hmm.
My question is kind of similar to the rest of the people.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to ask, is it advisable for me if I win maybe to apply from the country where I'm living or back in my home country?
To apply, like to do your interview?
Yeah, like to do my interview, yes.
Yeah. So if you win, so you have to check the two embassies. So for example, your embassy is Nairobi and your embassy probably is Ghana. You know, Ghana embassy is performing very bad. Over the years, like it's known to perform really bad. So you can't pick Ghana because you're not going to get an interview. So you pick an embassy that's performing well, like Nairobi now is performing very well. So that way you have a chance of getting an interview. Because sometimes you check the visa bulletin. Like visa bulletin right now is 40,000. So anybody who's under 40,000 can be scheduled. But if your interview sucks like Ghana, then you're not getting an interview very soon. So that's why that's when you have to check embassy performance. How is the embassy performing to decide between the two, and also check your case number. You know, some case numbers, like some embassies, like you'll not get an interview. So that's how you look at it.
Yeah, because I'm currently in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah,
but
so you have
I'm
to
Ugandan.
check that and then check Nairobi. Nairobi is doing very well. But then just know, if you change the embassy, like if you're going to Nairobi or Abu Dhabi or Algeria, don't think like because an embassy is performing well, you can just change there. It doesn't work that way. You have to prove residence, like you live there. So you have to go there, change the address, live there for a few months. So if you're changing it to Uganda, so you can go to Nairobi, that's okay because Uganda is your home country. So you don't need to prove anything. But if you're changing it to Abu Dhabi, you have to make sure you have a job there or you're doing something there. You can't just fly from Uganda and go to an embassy, interview in another embassy. You have to prove residence. That's why you change your location, okay? So just keep that in mind.
Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you
Let's
so
go to the
much.
next question. You're welcome. Let's see. I was just supposed to be here for 30 minutes. Okay, we have a lot of questions. Let's see the next person here. Hi.
Hello.
Hello, hi.
Hi, NAFULA.
What's your question?
If somebody is going to the US, if you don't have money to support your family, can you go? Let's process everything, the green card. After maybe a few months, they can come back home and for you to be stable.
Yeah, you can. Like sometimes I've had people actually do that. They win and it's a family of 5. To get somebody who's going to host you in America, cost of living is very high. Somebody to support you with your 3 children and a wife, they won't do that. So what they do, they go process the whole thing, get the visa and fly in the country. Once they get the green card, they get the social security number, the family flies back. But just keep in mind, you have to stay there like 6 months or less. So in a year, the family has to stay for 6 months and come back. If you stay like for a year, you'll have to reapply for the green card again to reclaim the green card. So just make sure like, when they go back, at least you have 6 months to just like, organize yourself and then bring them back. And this applies like when you apply for citizenship. If you apply for 5 years, half of the time, so 2.5 years should have been spent in the US for you to be approved for citizenship. So if you're going to Africa and you're staying there for 8 months, and then now you apply for citizenship, they're like, okay, you don't meet the residency requirement. You didn't stay in the US long enough to qualify for the citizenship. That's the only thing, but it's possible.
Yeah, one more question. You're charging for hosting with your NAFULA Connect?
Yeah. So America, the only thing I don't pay for is the air that I'm breathing. You see the way I'm breathing the air? That's free. Everything in America, you pay. Driving your car, you have to pay registration every year. You have to pay inspection every year. You have to pay insurance every year. That house that you're going to stay at is getting paid. The taxes are getting paid. Electric, water, all that. So you want me to pay for you and then you stay there just hanging out for free? It's not going to work, you see? So America, everybody works and pays for their own bills. So you come here, I'm going to give you a reduced rate. I give you a place so that you can at least, succeed in America. Your starting point is going to be easier. But me, I'm not going to pay for your fee, buy you food, I wish somebody can do, like somebody can be paying all that bill for me. But then the reason why I'm not on live, you see, people want me to come live every single day. I cannot do that. Why? Because I have a full-time job. I run NAFULA Connect. I run my own company. I have kids I'm taking care of that I pay a nanny. So if I'm paying people to do all that stuff for me, how am I going to host you a stranger for free? That's not going to fly. So here you pay. It's not going to be free. If you want to be free, I don't know, if you have a family member here, you can come, they can host you for free for a few months. But if they host you for free, trust me, go ask those people who won the green card and they came here and their family is hosting them for free. Let them tell you, the stuff they face over there, they lock their fridge. They go to work, they put a lock on their fridge because they know they don't want you to eat their food, it's expensive. So they will lock the fridge. They will treat you really bad. They will put you in the basement. They will treat you like you're trash. So it's better if you pay for something because that way somebody respects you. But if you're just living for free, they will turn you into a housemaid. You see? Or maybe turn you into something really bad. So it's better. And then also, like just for morality, why are you staying an adult? You're staying in somebody's house, you're eating their food, you're sleeping in their bed, under their roof for free. Where's your morals? Go to work, you're an adult. Go to work, make money and pay your bills. Nobody's paying somebody's bills unless you're 18 and under. I'll consider like you staying for free. But if you're an adult like me, get up, go to work and pay your bills.
Yeah, last question. If you have a couple, can the husband and the wife go to different state for hosting? Possible?
They can. They can. It's very possible if you trust each other because America is a land of feces. People like to capitalize on new immigrants. So Bibiako can go somewhere else and then find somebody. So who are you going to cry to? But then for the beginning, like it's possible. What I'm trying to say, they can go to different places and then you can find jobs. And then if you can trust each other, you know, you put the money together and then you can just rent a place and then she comes.
Okay, see you soon. I'm coming.
Okay, all right. I can't wait to see you. All right, let's go to the next person. All right. Hi. No, there's no. Let me go to somebody else. Hi. Can you hear me? Hey, Justo. Hi.
Hi. Hello.
Hi, what's your question?
Oh, sasa
Poa sana, niambie.
poa sana. Swali yangu ni kuna tofauti gani kati ya DS160 na DS260?
So DS160, so he's just asking because I have like followers from everywhere. So I'm gonna just say it in English. I know Kenyans speak English.
Okay, it's fine.
So DS260 is for immigrant visas, people who are coming here on green card. DS160 is for non-immigrant visas. You're coming here on J1 as a student, coming here on F1 as a student, coming on B1, B2, anything that's not permanent residence, that's DS160. But DS260, if you petition for your family, if you win a green card, is an immigrant visa. You're coming here on a green card. So that's the DS260.
Okay.
And that's the difference between the two.
Okay, how about hiyo NAFULA Connect? Unalipisha do ngapi?
So when you win, it depends. So with the people are asking, what are the charges? So the rooms are different sizes. The amenities in the rooms are different. Like if you want a room with a bathroom, with like a full closet, with a storage and stuff like that, it's going to be expensive than the one that's just a single room. Also, I have people who host in different states. And then they can just be like, you know what? I just need somebody in my house. I have kids. So if they can work at night, maybe I work during the day, I'll allow them to live for free. So if I send you there, you're not going to pay anything for rent. But then otherwise, you'll have 300 rooms, 600 rooms, 1,000 rooms, 1,500. How comfortable you are. But we make it work with everything. So it's not that bad.
Okay.
Once you get a job, hosting is very low.
How about sponsor?
So sponsor documents, like I said, I was giving sponsor documents and stuff like that, and then there's this guy on on YouTube. His name is Brit Simon. Started attacking me like really bad. I don't know. He's from the UK. He won the green card, and then I was talking about green card, educating my African people, and he just got mad that I was getting traffic, and he thought like I was stupid. He thought I was not educated. He didn't know like I have degrees and stuff. So he just attacked me so much, and he likes to sue stuff. He likes to like appeals, petitions, and stuff. I didn't want him to like get me in a point where the government is investigating me. So now, like I do affidavit of support, but not for everybody. People who are educated, you know, my sponsors are ready. They can sponsor somebody who's like educated. They have a good job in Africa. They have potential of like being successful here. But if you just graduated high school, since you finished high school, you live with your parents under the basement. Okay, unakaa na
No,
wazazi,
no, I am
parents.
actually I'm currently in Dubai. I work in Dubai.
Oh yeah, so that's good. So like if you work, you're doing something, then a sponsor will be easy to host to help you, because affidavit of support. Affidavit of support is a document like an American or a permanent resident has to sign that says that they will support you in America if you don't have a job or if you're not able to work. But then people take advantage. They come here, they don't want to work, and then they want that person to support them. So people don't want to get in a situation like that. That's why you want to get somebody who's already hardworking wherever they are. So when they come here, you know very well that they will work hard. But did I say, you get 35-year-old, they're still living with their parents, eating their parents' food, showering in the parents' bathroom, not paying anything. You bring somebody like that in America, they do the exact same thing. Lazy. But somebody who works hard, you'll be motivated to help this person. So that's the difference.
Okay. Asante sana. Thank you so much.
Okay, let me get somebody else. Let me see. Let me get user somebody. Hey.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. What's
Okay.
your question?
Hello. My name is Salome. I'm currently in Kuwait, and I went. I got the green card, the second notification letter, and they told me they notified me that everything that I should bring, but they mentioned only two countries that I've been to. That is Kenya and Kuwait. I should bring the PCC from there for the interview. They did not mention Qatar. Should I bother with that, or because I've tried to go to the MOI government?
How long were you in Qatar for?
I was there in 2015.
For how long?
For 1 year, 9 months.
Yeah, you have to get one. Because so get one. If you go to the embassy and they don't ask for it, do not give them. But if you go to the embassy and they ask for it, you have it and you give it to them. So it's better to play safe.
So I went to the Kuwait, Qatar embassy here in Kuwait, and they told me they don't care. That's not their problem. I should go back to Qatar to get it.
Yeah.
And I applied through the.
Yeah. So there's a guy called Juma who I'm hosting right now. He was in Saudi Arabia, went to Tanzania. They told him he had to fly. So he had to gather money. He had to raise money to go to Saudi Arabia to get the clearance. Some countries you literally have to fly there to get it. And when he came back, before he went there, he thought he was going to get a visa. But then they told him they won't give him a visa until he gets it. So that's why, like, whatever you can do, if you have it, is better. And then it depends when your interview will be. Like if your interview is gonna be like maybe soon, you can just go and then if they put you on an AP, then you can go get it later. But then if you don't have that much time, you'd rather just get it and have it for the interview.
But the funny thing is it's funny to me because they only asked the PCC for Kenya. They were very specific for Kenya and Kuwait. They did not mention about Qatar, and I had mentioned Qatar in the DS.
So let me tell you about the embassies, like American embassies. When you go to the embassy, they will ask you, how many countries have you been? You have to mention Qatar, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so when they mention Qatar, they'll ask you, do you have clearance from that? What are you going to say? Just in case they do that. So that's why
because I asked them about it and they sent me the MOI Qatar and I applied there. I went to the embassy here in Kuwait, at the Qatar embassy. That's what they told me. They don't care. It's not their problem. Yeah.
Yeah, some you'll have. So you can do what you can do. Like I said, like if your interview is this soon, like it's soon, just go. If they put you on AP, they want it, then you will have to fly to that country to get it. But then you just have to make sure, like you're spending a lot of money for the processing. So if they say, okay, we are not gonna approve your visa until you get it, you'll still have to fly and go get it. If you can't get it, they won't approve your visa. So usually, like the people who I'm hosting or the ones in the group, I make sure they have everything. You'd rather have everything and they don't ask for it than not have it and then they ask for it.
Yeah.
You see? So just play safe, or you can do whatever you want. Like I said, people are adults. You can do whatever you want. You can just go there and then just go from there.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome. Let me ask somebody else. Invite Jemo. I thought you were here. Oh, this is a different Jemo. Jemo were you here before? He's getting connected. There's different. I don't know if it's the same one. Okay, we'll go to somebody else because I don't think they're getting connected. All right. Let's go to Winnie. Hi, Winnie.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Hi. What's your question?
My question is, let's say you win and then you go on to fill the D260 and then you become pregnant afterwards. What will happen now, maybe after you've already gone for the interview and then you have a baby after getting a visa?
Oh, that's a problem. So if you already got a visa, that's a problem because they already approved your visa. So I have not had a situation like that now that you mention it. So I don't want to give you the wrong advice. Like I said, I'm not an immigration lawyer. So I don't know how to go about it because I've never had somebody with that situation. Most of them, usually they have a baby before the interview or after they fill out the DS260, and I'm like, either you unlock or just, when you go to the embassy and you have a passport, you can add this new baby. But then like after you got the visa, I don't know. I have to check on that. So now you have given me home. I have to check and then I'll come back. And I don't want to give you wrong advice. I don't like to do that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Let me go to the next person. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, what's your question,
Good
Fred?
evening. Good evening.
Good evening. Hi.
Hope all is well.
What's your question?
I want to ask whether your visa can be denied after winning the DV lottery.
Exactly, it can. That's why they say winning the lottery does not guarantee that you're gonna get a visa. One of the reasons you can be denied, if you applied as single and then you add your new wife in the DS260 that existed before, or add kids that you didn't add in your application but they existed before, automatic denial. Second denial is medical reasons. If you have active TB, tuberculosis, if you have leprosy, there's some diseases that are considered class A, medical conditions, those ones you're gonna get denied a visa. So there are some reasons that they will, or maybe you don't have high school education and you don't have work experience to prove for that. If you go there, they will deny you a visa. If you go there and then maybe you are in 5 countries, you don't have clearance and they need clearance and you can't get clearance, they won't approve your visa. So getting an interview or winning the green card does not guarantee that you're gonna get the visa. Winning is something different. You have to still go to the interview. The interview is very easy for the DV lottery. They just ask you questions that you know. What's your name? Is this your wife? When did you guys meet? So they ask you about your life. Where did you go to school? What have you been doing? So they ask you about your life. So if you fail, it means you lied somewhere. Because if you told the truth, then you don't have to remember, right? So yeah, you can be denied a visa after winning. Okay, let's go to the next one. Let's see. Hi.
Hello,
Hi.
my name is Benson.
Hi, Benson.
Okay, my question was,
Mm-hmm.
how much do you charge for hosting somebody?
I already just answered that question. I'm like, the cost depends on the side of the room, the amenities in the room, and sometimes it can range from free all the way to 1,500. I have people from Dubai who are very rich. So they're like, I'm
Okay.
gonna pay 3,000 or 4,000 for a room. They don't care. So those ones, they get like very high-end rooms. And then you get somebody who's really poor, they just want to find somebody for free. So I'll try to connect them, like if there's somebody who needs childcare, so you can share, you know, help them with the kids and work and live for free. So I try to make everything work. So not everybody that I host comes to NAFULA Connect in New York. Some people, I send them somewhere else.
Okay.
Okay, all right, let's go to the next one. Kilokumi. Hey, what a that's a very interesting name. Hey Kilokumi, what's up?
Hey, Mambo.
What's on Nambie?
Boy, I have this question about B1, B2 visa. Yes, when it comes to submitting documents, especially like the bank statements, to be on the safe side, what should be the minimum balance? I'm from Kenya.
So, you know, usually like with a B1, B2, usually they use a why? Because I check your documents. You know, somebody like, for example, they have family in America, and their family in America, or somebody who's inviting them in America has this money that they're going to take. They don't need to prove as much money as somebody who has. So usually like that, that's when you have to understand how much you need in the bank and see that somebody pays and see what they're going to America to do. And then based off of that, like I said, my mom came here on a B1 visa. I was in America. She didn't need any money in the bank. They were approved her visa because I was already here. Her bank had like 1,000 Kenyan shillings, and they approved it. And then my cousin went there, and my cousin had like the businessman had like 3 or 5 million in the bank, so they approved it. So it just depends on what you're coming to do, where you're going, and if somebody in the US is supporting you or you're supporting yourself. So that's I can't advise without like. Okay. Let's go to Angie. Hi, Angie. Hello. I'll go to the next one if we can't get a hold of Angie. Let me see. All right. I don't think we can. Angie, can you hear me? Let me see. Let me get to somebody else. Angie, now I pull people. 2 people up are going. All right. Let me disconnect one so that you can have the other one. Hi. Hi.
Hey, Nafula.
Hi. How are you? What's your question?
I have 3 questions. Kindly allow me. Number 1, there was a question that was popping up on Tuesday Live. Somebody asked if she had a friend who went for an interview and was denied a visa because she didn't have information about the host. So is it a must for someone to have some background information about the host, what they do, what is the relationship?
Yes, because if I'm gonna host, you need to know who. Like you can't come to a stranger, and they don't tell you who they are. Like if you're coming to me to host you, I'll tell you information about myself. I'll tell you what I do. I'll tell you where you'll be staying. What's the reason behind hosting you? Even if they are your friends, you can't just come and they're like, oh, I don't know, because you can just pick an address, random address online, and decide to put in your DS260. So that's what they want to establish that you're not doing. Like you're just not picking an address. You know who lives at this address, how many people are there, what they do, just basic. They don't need you to have like all that, like, you know, digging into their personal life, but just have a basic idea about what your host does. It's important.
Yeah, my second question. I think this might affect some people. What if I have let's assume I have a girlfriend, we have a kid together. She applied, she won. I applied, maybe I won. When you're going to the embassy, will the embassy require permission from either of the parent before one of the kid flies to the US? Because if the kid flies without my permission, I might sue the embassy. They allowed my kid to fly away from me without my permission.
So if you add a kid, like if you apply a single and then you added a kid, they will need consent from the other parent to approve the visa. You have to provide consent, otherwise they won't be able to travel with them. Because they don't want to be in a situation where you're stealing. They know a kid has rights for both parents, either even if they are deadbeat dads or they don't help with anything. Still, they have a right to this kid. This kid is half you, half her. So they have to make sure everybody has a say. So she has to give you consent. Otherwise, you'll not be able to travel with them. They won't approve the visa.
Yeah, my third and last question. I know it's been almost 2 months plus since Rumbi came. We are waiting for her interview on YouTube.
Oh, Rumbi has a job, and I've been busy. Like I say, like I bought a new house to host TV Lottery winners, like you can see. So it's a lot of work. Like like I say, I have a full-time job as well in healthcare, and I'm doing all these things on the side. So sometimes even doing an interview is a problem. Now we have Haruna is here. I have Rumbi here. We have to do interviews. So I just told them, like, you know, we'll do interview when we get to it, but it's coming. Promise is gonna be there.
All right.
Not now. When I get
Okay, thank you. You're doing a good work. You're doing a good work.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, let's go to the next person. How do I? It's not getting connected. All right, send me requests. Send me requests. Send me questions. Send me questions. Send me requests. Send me questions. If you have questions, send me. Sometimes it's good to have fun, so it's not boring. So you can dance if you want. Send me requests, send me questions. Let me wait for some requests to build up here and then we'll talk about it. Let me see. Send me a request. Let me see here. Are you there? Still loading up. Send me the request again. It's not connecting. Oh, hi. I can hear you. Hi, I'm good. What's your question? I've answered that question like 3 times already. Cost ranges from 0 all the way to how much you can afford. So it just depends on what you want. If you're in a good facility, if you want a self-contained place and whatever is going to be expensive, sometimes I get you a host for 0 and then you just agree. And then if you can help them out with the kids or help them out do something else, then they're like, okay, they can live with me for free. So free all the way, depending on the size of the room, the amenities in the room. So that's how it goes. So I'm not able to tell you until maybe you win, you apply for the hosting, and then I see what we have available and then go from there. Okay? All right, let me go.
Okay, Mrs. Nafula, I'm back.
All right, let's see. Hi. Oh, I don't know. What did I do? Okay, send the request again. I'm sorry. I think I pressed something. I don't know what I pressed and then it disappeared. Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine.
What's your question?
I was asking how much money must you have on your account to relocate
So the
to
DV
US?
lottery, you just need money for processing your visa. DV lottery, you do not need money in your bank. If they're suspecting that you need some money, they will ask you for affidavit of support. But then your bank account, unless you don't have an affidavit of support and you want to prove that you have funds, which should be a lot of money to support yourself here, then in that case, you need a bank statement. But other than that, DV lottery is the easiest visa. Your bank account don't matter. People who in the green card, some of them are poor, they have zero in their account. They don't care about that. So it should be good. You don't need much.
Okay.
Yep.
Another question.
Yes.
So when I win, like I only have to pay for air ticket only. Then is it only that? Money for air
No,
ticket.
like I said, if you go on my videos, I did a video that says cost if you win the green card lottery. Go check out that video on TikTok. It breaks it down what you need, the passport, medical, and everything. It breaks it down for you. So go find the
Okay.
video so that we don't waste much time talking about that when you can just get it, So you can ask other questions.
Okay, thank you. That's all.
You're welcome. Let's go to the next one. If you get in, just say hello so we know you're connected.
Another
Make sure you share the live, type
question.
the screen and all that so that people can know we're here. Hi. Thank you.
Hey, Nafula, I have another question. What if, for instance, we won as a family, and then the main applicant passes on? What will happen to us before maybe they have traveled? Because this question has arrived from the birth before traveling to the US. What will happen?
You cut off. I didn't hear the question. I'm sorry. So the main applicant, what happens?
Hello?
Yeah, you said what happens to the main applicant, like the main
What
applicant
if the main applicant passes away before
you process?
before traveling to the US? What will happen to the rest of the applicants?
Yeah, that's it. So when somebody wins the green card lottery, the family members need to pray for this person. They need to treat him like a king or queen. If this person dies, that's it. You need a principal applicant here before anybody else can get in. So they won't process your visa without a principal applicant. So
what if they have processed and then the main applicant passes on before traveling to the US?
Because I think the principal applicant has to get to the US first. Or they have to enter at the same time. So how are you going to get in? Yeah. So yeah, principal applicant, they need to be treated like higher security guards or something. They need to be treated because if they die, then before you guys come here, it's going to be a problem. All right, let's go to the next person here. Louis. Hey, Louis.
Hello?
Hi.
Hey, I just want to say thank you for this program. I actually came on the DV process, and
Oh,
yeah,
congratulations and welcome to America.
to get through was really hard, and we didn't know what to do. But thank you for this program for the rest of the people that are back home, and at least with this program, some people can know what to do and what not to do. So
Yeah,
thank you so
even
much.
me,
It
myself, when
is.
I won the green card lottery, I didn't have any advice out there.
Yep.
I didn't watch any YouTube videos.
Yep.
I didn't have information. I had to figure out all on my
All
own.
on your own, and then if you don't have people who are really trustworthy, they're gonna eat your money. Tell you, say, "Oh, I can do this, I can do that," and they're gonna eat your money. So, thank you. I really appreciate you for
You're
this.
welcome. I'm glad I'm helping my people. If I had a chance, I'll bring all the African people here
I
because
know, me
they're very
too.
hardworking. Very hardworking people.
I know.
I know I say that, and Brit Simon doesn't like when I say that. But me, I get all my villages and bring them up. Okay, let's start the next. Wait for request to build up. So send me a request if you have a question. Send me a request. I see the request. Let me wait for a couple requests and then I'll get in there. Send the request, send the request. Alright, I see a couple requests. Let me go to... Oh, all right. Now we have 2 people here, so I don't know how to... let me mute one. And then the other one... Hi! All right, I don't know. Let me disconnect one maybe. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
Hi, Hilda. What's your question? Are you connected still? Maybe not. Hello?
I was asking. If you win a green card and you had attended you have a degree, but you didn't indicate on your application, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, that's not gonna be a problem. As long as you have high school and you qualify under high school, that's not gonna be a problem. Even if you add it at the DS260, even if you add your degree to your DS260, it's not gonna be a problem. If you don't have high school, the minimum you need to qualify is when there's a problem. But if you have high school and you can qualify under high school, you're good to go. They're not strict on that.
Okay.
Yeah. So it should be
Okay,
fine.
thank you.
But then, like I said, you can just put it, you put if you want. If you don't want, you don't include it. They won't penalize you because you didn't. Because you already have the minimum requirement that you need. So like, for example, like if you high school, education level, you can play around with that. They won't have a problem with that. Like if maybe you typed your name wrong, maybe first name, middle name, last name, forgot some letters, like maybe your last name, you put it at the first name, you can correct that in the DS260. They won't have a problem with that. They have a problem if you lie about marital status. You're single, you say you're married and you add other people, or maybe like if you have a disease, like I said. So something like that, or maybe you don't have clearance. You don't have all the documents that they ask. You don't have affidavit of support if they ask for it. So those are the things that they focus on. Education, you have high school, nobody cares. They're like, you already qualify under education because that's the minimum required. Okay? All right, let me go to the next person here.
Okay, thank you.
All right, now I don't know what I did. I don't know. I did something to my screen. Now I can't swipe left to close. I don't know. What did I do? Now I can see like other people over here, but I can't. Oh, there you go. All right, I'm back. I'm sorry, I'm new to TikTok, so I don't know what I need to press. I press stuff, they keep disconnecting. Hey! Okay, now I have 2 people up. All right, let me disconnect one. All right, hi. Now both of them, I don't know. All right, you can send me the request again. Send me the request again. Because I think I pressed something and then, yeah, it got disconnected. So send me the request. Keep sending the request. Let me see here. Yeah, keep sending me the request. I still, yeah. Send me the request and then we'll go from there. let me go to the request here. I have a couple requests.
Hello.
Hi. Hi.
Hi. Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. I watch your videos and thank you so much for your teachings. We are learning. Hello.
You're welcome. You're welcome. What questions do you have?
I just want to find out, in order for one to be hosted by you, how much should one prepare?
So with the cost of hosting, like I said, it ranges from 0 all the way to how much you can afford. It just depends on the size of the room, what you need in the room. So it depends. So once you apply for hosting after you win, you tell me this is what I want, and then you get a price depending on what you want.
Okay, thank you so much.
It just depends on your pocket and how that is. Okay, let's go to the next one here. Hi.
Hello. Anyway, mine is not kind of DV related, but I think you might have information that will be helpful to me. So I'm soon moving over from London on green card as a nurse, yeah? On work visa. How soon are we allowed to invite like relatives back from Africa? Maybe once I land there, because I know maybe it works differently here in the UK and in the US.
Yeah, so over here, like literally with the invitation, it just depends on how those people back home they can prove family ties. Like if you get here and they are financially stable, they have they have proof that they can go back. Like you can invite them as soon as you're stable and you have a residence, pretty much. But then again, like if you're here and you don't have a residence, then you can't invite anybody because where are you inviting them to? So you have to make sure like you're able, you have an address, you have people know here is where you work, you have proof of income and stuff like that. They'll get a visa. Here is with the visitor's visa, it's just hit or miss.
Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome. Let's go to the next person here. Francis. Hi, Francis. Hey.
Hello, Nafula.
Hi, what's your question?
I must thank you, Nafula. You're doing a good job. Sometimes I watch your videos and I tend to get emotional. Not everybody can, you are doing a good job.
That's nice to
Keep up,
hear.
eh?
That's the goal.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
So yeah. So I applied for the DV. Is it 2024 or 2025? And I'm very
2025.
optimistic. I'm very optimistic that maybe I would win. So I got an issue in the section of the address, the zip code, and is there a problem if you don't get it right? Because I don't think what I filled was correct.
No, don't worry. Like I said, even if I tell you it's right or wrong, what are you going to do now? Nothing, right? So
Nothing.
if you can't change it, stop worrying about it. Just stay optimistic,
Oh,
stay positive. Don't worry about it.
all
That thing
right.
is random selection, so they can pick anybody. The only thing that I know they're big on, like if your picture, the photo is wrong,
Okay.
then usually you can be disqualified at the entry point. You don't get to May even. But if your
Okay.
picture was correct and all that, stay optimistic. No
Thank you.
negative vibes. You see, like my
My
channel is
last
full of
question.
positive vibes.
All right. My last question, please.
Uh-huh.
So if I happen to win, maybe, and I would want you to, I saw your link. If I apply, do you charge to, should I prepare extra?
The charge, yeah, is not free. 0 to
Okay.
whatever you can afford. So it just depends
Oh,
on the availability.
all right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Depends on the
Nafula. God
availability.
bless you. Oh, yes.
All right. Thank you. Let me go to the next person here. Let's see. Hi.
Nafula,
Hi.
I'm back. I was asking another question. If you host me, do I have to start working to pay you? Clarify on that matter. Do you first get for me a job, then I pay or?
So hosting is different. So hosting is this. Some people have paid before ahead of time because they want to book the rooms. I don't have a lot of them. And some people, I go on need basis. Like, somebody's like, Joffrey did not pay anything before he got here. So I look at your situation. I'm human, I'm African. I didn't grow up in money in Africa, so I know what people go through to actually just apply and win. Sometimes even getting money for the air ticket is a problem. So usually I work with people. I'm like, okay, you can't afford, so this is, but you have to have money for your food, money for your everything. Some people provide food, but then now it's a lot of people I cannot. Like, it's not financially viable. So bring your money for your food, bring money for your everything. Like, if you need to go somewhere, use an Uber to go somewhere when I'm not available, have that. With the hosting, the rent, I might be flexible on that, but not always. It just depends on what's available again. But then I'm very, very flexible on that. So it's
Okay.
all work. Like, nobody has been turned away because they didn't have any money or they didn't have any. Like, we work with people. I've made it work. Okay.
Okay. Well, if you host me, do you help me to get a job?
Usually I do. I've helped everybody, but what I tell them is this: like, you're not entitled to that help. I am just hosting you and giving you a room. You're supposed to find everything for yourself. But then, because I know they're studying in America, I go out of my way. I help them get the social. I help them get IDs. I help them. I'm not an agency. I'm not an agency to find you all that stuff. I'm just your host. So usually I do it out of my clean heart. And everybody who's gotten here, I've helped them get a job. I've helped them settle in America, but then I don't have to. So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say, like, if I help somebody and I sense they are ungrateful, they're just not listening, or they're just doing their own thing, I'll just kick you out. Like, I'm not your relative. As much as I'm nice, I have the other side as well. So I go out of my way to help you. But then you're not entitled to that help. So if you come, you try to, like, I have, like, people I'm hosting right now. Like I said, we'll be up to, like, a lot of people. Now we are 7 and more are coming because I got a new house. So usually when you get here, you're brothers and sisters. So if you have somebody in a DV lottery house, you're staying together, maybe they haven't received the salary, or maybe they're new here, they need money for Uber. If you started working last month, you're going to pay an Uber for this person. If they don't have food, you'll have to buy them food. When they get a job, they'll pay you back. But you have to share. Here, there's no choice. Selfishness, don't apply for hosting with me. Because I'm going out of my way to help you, so I'm expecting you to return the favor for other DV lottery winner. If you see somebody coming in, Haruna came in, Rumbi is the one who took Haruna to go get a social security card. I helped Rumbi, Rumbi is helping Haruna. So that's how we run our program here. No selfishness. Everybody is your brother and sister by fire, by force, whether you like it or not. So that's how our program runs here. So you're not gonna suffer because you're here. You'll be taken good care of. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Let me get somebody else. Julie. All right, Julie. No, nothing. Let's see over here. I don't know. Julie, can you hear me? Maybe not. All right. Let's wait. Wait for the next one. Send applications, send requests. Alright, let's see. I have requests here. Coca, Tim.
Hi.
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 Hi, what's your question? And welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I'm so pleased also to talk to you tonight.
Yep.
Actually, my questions was also regarding the like if I win, and I think you've answered my question. Like you may assist me in one way until I get stable, then maybe I can move on with my now new life. Like just help me get the I don't know, you call it the social what? The social number, I think, something like that.
Remember? Yep.
Okay. So like I'm also optimistic since my friends have actually won. Most of them have won, but I haven't. When I applied for them and they won, so I'm feeling like maybe this year, God willing, I may also join you there. But I'm really new there because now I'm just happy that you are there to care for people like me if we win.
Yeah. So if you win, we just have to. If you come to host, we help you with all that. So don't worry. There's a noise, background noise. I don't know where the noise is coming from. Okay, now you're good. Yeah. So, what's your question? I'm sorry.
I was saying, like I've been applying for people and I've really won. So like half of them have flown to the US, but I've been unlucky. But I'm hoping that this time I may win. So the issue, like I watched your videos about like how you host people. I really felt like if I win and maybe I'm not financially stable by then, I think I may have to I may just have to look for you so that you can help me also to adjust to the new system.
Yeah, like when you apply for hosting, I help people who are already coming to America. What I don't do, I don't help you with your visa, medical fee, all that. Your village people back there, they need to contribute. Go to your pastor, go to your governor, go to your MC, go to senator. They help you with money. Once you get here, I can take over. But while you're there, if you don't have money for processing the visa, unfortunately, you have to stay there. So make sure you
Oh.
go ahead and start saving money now.
So I thought when someone wins a green card, automatically he gets the visa, or how does it work?
No. So you're gonna go to my YouTube. My YouTube channel is the name is NAFULA Charlene. I don't know how to pin I could have pinned it here. How do you pin? Let me see.
I think I will just watch on your YouTube. I once watched on your
Like
channels.
if you watch on my YouTube,
Hi.
I don't know how to pin a comment here. I'll have pinned my website and stuff, but I'm new to TikTok, so I'm still village.
No worry.
Setting. Okay, all right. So when you win, just contact me after you win.
I appreciate.
Okay. Hi.
Yeah,
Hi. Hello, Brian.
yeah, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? What's your question?
Yeah, I would like to ask you, like, what is your limitation for the number of people that you are going to 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 work on to be the host? Because I think even it has limitation.
So you don't worry about that. That's for me to worry. Because you
You
just
see
apply
why?
for hosting. So you just apply for hosting, and then if you have availability, we host you. If we don't, we just say we don't have availability at this time. We're going to have availability in like a month. So
You
the
see,
limitation is for me to worry about. You just worry if there's a spot or not.
you know my worries. Like, I once applied for the conference. You know, the conference have like the number of people they have to take, the number of people that they inform to the embassy that these people will be coming to our conference, so they can set up to 200 people. But what these guys of embassies of the conference usually do, after them getting that number, like 200 people, they still allow other people to pay money, yet they know that they are going to be what? Then they are going to be declined by the embassy because the right
My
number of people is already exceeded.
So my hosting is different. Like if you see, like I do my stuff different than any other YouTuber, different than any other influencer, different than any other content creator. Why is my hosting different? Because I don't ask you to pay for money. Have you heard anybody who's applying? When you go to apply on my website, it does not tell you to pay anything, right? I do that for a reason. You don't pay until we have a spot for you. So I won't take your money for a room and I don't have a room to put you in. I don't do anything. I'm not gonna scam you. Like people who come to my inbox, they're like, oh, I have 700,000. I need you to apply for a visa. I have this amount of money. I don't take anybody's money. I do everything the right way. I know people are like, oh, you should do the other way or whatever. I don't do that. I won't take your money until I know I have a spot for you. I have a room, and this room, this is the cost. So you're not gonna pay 600 upfront or 800 upfront, 300 upfront, 0 upfront for a room that doesn't exist. I have to make sure there's hosting. And I have, like I said, if you go on my YouTube, you'll see I have houses that I bought in New York to host people. Also, you'll see I run like I'm an Airbnb. I've been on Airbnb for 4 years. I'm a super host on Airbnb. So with anything, like if you don't have a room, I can stick you in one of my Airbnbs. And my hosting is short term. So if somebody stays there, they're not gonna stay there forever. If they move out, that's a spot for somebody else. So limitation doesn't apply because you're not charged any fee before you show up.
So when I'm applying for the D, is it 260? Can they query me like why is this hosting so many people on this so and so address?
No, because usually that the DS260, that's where your green card will go. That's it. So that means like the green card where you will go. Where you'll be hosted, somebody comes to my house, they can move out in 1 month. You are DV 2025 if you win. The people I'm hosting are DV 2023. By the time you get here, they'll have moved out already. So they don't stay with me forever. It's not like I'm petitioning for my family and they'll live with me forever. These people move out, they change their address. They have a new different address. You see what I mean? So
Yeah.
as long as you know that you won't accept people when you don't have a place to put them. Like if I give somebody my house, I'm like, okay, my house in New York. Yeah, it's 9 bedroom. So if a house, I am living in a 9 bedroom house, how many people can I host? 9 bedroom with 5 bathroom. I can host a lot of you. But I don't put them in my house. I put them in those other houses that I've bought specifically for DV lottery. You see what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do like I said, the address you provide for the most part is usually where your green card will go. Once you get here, and especially like there's some people when they, like even Haruna when he came, that's a mistake that he made, but he never even updated the address at the port of entry. So even Haruna, they don't even know he lives with me. So he had to go when he's applying for the social security number, then he has to update it. So nobody cares. Okay? So don't worry about that. There's no limitations like, oh, student visa, conference, whatever. They know that people just move out. You're not going to live with me. I'm just hosting you temporarily until you get a job and get your own house. All right, let's go to somebody else. I hope I answered your question, though. All right. Hi. Hi, Smart. How are you?
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah,
What's your question?
I wanted to ask about this situation I had with another hosting. I think Chico US something. You seen that thing? Any comments?
About Chico?
Yeah, the visa,
Usually I
the
don't like
green
to
card
get into
not
other
going.
people's affairs. Let me tell you, I don't want to get into other people's affairs because I don't know how they run their hosting program. I can tell you how I run mine. But all
No,
I can
because the
say
green
is,
card not going to the correct person, something like
so
that.
let me tell you one thing.
Okay.
Shiko is a stranger, right?
Okay.
All these people she's hosting don't know her. She just got out of her way to host people. So if you get to Shiko you don't like, move out. She's not entitled to help you. So those people who are like, okay, Shiko hosted me for 3 months, for 4 months, I moved out and now I'm suffering. Is Shiko your mother? No. It's just like when you come to me. African people get to the US and they want to get entitled. If you move out of my house, go to a different location, it's your duty to go to that post office and change the address. Don't expect Shiko to change the address for you. So if your green card goes to the wrong address and then they change it and send it to an address that's not Correct, because you did not update the address. Who am I, your mother? No. That's why, like, when I host people, I'm so strict. I'm like, Shiko says the contract, I watched her video. She said the contract is 3 months. After 3 months, you move out. So after 3 months, you moved out. Why are you coming to make noise online? Your contract ended. I'll kick you out too. I don't like when people are helped and then they start talking trash. Because if Shiko didn't step up and give the address, maybe that person will not be in the US. You see? So as much as she does her stuff different, the fact that she's a stranger and she's hosting people in the US, that's what matters. That's what matters. Get there, you're an adult. You left your parents back home. Shiko is not your parent. Come over here, work hard, and get out. In America, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you'll have a job. Here, they will not fire you because you don't have a green card. That passport with a visa is your green card. So if somebody is lying to you, they were fired because they don't have a green card, that's a lie. Because the passport that you get with a visa has a alien number. That alien number is your green card. So if you have that, you have the state ID, you have the social security number. How is somebody going to fire you because you don't have a green card? It never happens. And then also, it's your duty to tell that, and here in America, if you apply for a job and this job needs a green card, if you do not have a physical card, they won't hire you. It's not like a job will hire you and then they tell you bring your green card later. If they require it, it's upfront. You have to bring all the documentation. So if somebody helped you and then now you want to cling on them, they're not your parents. 3 months contract imeisha, kwenda jitafutie. Go find and work hard. Some of us, we came to this country. Like I came to this country as a student. I suffered. I wish I had somebody like Shiko to host me. I wish I had somebody to guide me. So if you're getting somebody to guide you and you're acting like entitled, is that your house? Pay rent. If you don't pay rent, tafuta kwenye unaenda. So we help people, but that's the problem we are facing. Like you get people who are ungrateful. And then they come here, they've helped so many people. Now this one person wants to spoil somebody's name. Like what kind of manners is that? Waafrika sisi ni kisirani kabisa. That's why I'm so angry and I don't even know Shiko. By the way, I don't know Shiko. It's not like I'm defending Shiko because I know her. I don't know her. I've never talked to her. I just know she does hosting. And I've had like people, if I don't have hosting, I'm like, oh, maybe Shiko has hosting. Go to Shiko. I don't know how she does her stuff. But regardless, everybody who wins the green card is an adult. Kila mtu anakuja America ni mzima. Mtu mzima. Don't expect Shiko to hold your hand, find you a job. Us, we didn't have anybody to find us a job. We had to go and apply for a job. We had to go and apply for a social. Had to go and apply for ID. We didn't have anybody to guide us. And we survived. So she owes anybody nothing. She gave you 3 months. Contract is 3 months. Lipa rent. Ukishindwa, tembea. Don't start spoiling other people's name. Because I know I might end up in a situation like that. I'm hosting a lot of people. Like I said, now I have 7 people. I have a whole house that I bought that is 8 bedroom. I'm going to host people over there. Can you imagine if I had people like somebody gets kicked out because they quit their job and then they come spoiling the name? In fact, if you don't pay rent and you start doing your own thing, when I kick you out, I go live because my brain is not right. I'll go live and then I'll show people you moving out so that you don't have to go make your video. The video will already be on live because people take advantage and try to bring this narrative that's not there, you know? And I don't have to host anybody. We're just like, they're African people. I came to America and I survived. So if I came to America and survived, I want my African people. I want my Kenyan people, Ghanaian sisters, Ugandan sisters. I don't want you to miss coming an opportunity because the reason why I have everything that I have is because I worked hard. And then I feel like if I give another opportunity to an African person to experience this opportunity, they might be greater. They might do very well than I'm doing. That's what I want. So if I'm trying to make everybody come here to get the same opportunity, don't get here and be lazy and expect me to pay your rent. Mi kwangu nalipa rent, whether you like it or not. I don't know you, you don't know me. You come here, I help you, you find work and start working. Hakuna vitu za lazy unaenda kutuma sukuma video huko, you're tarnishing people's name who helped you. If it's your mother, different story. But if it's a stranger coming to tarnish other people's name, I don't encourage that. Shiko is doing a great job. I don't know what she's doing. She's doing a great job hosting African people. Because how many people in America have houses? How many people? You see people on TikTok. Don't you watch Americans on TikTok? They're over here going live. Are they hosting anybody? They're not. So if we get 1 or 2 or 3 people who are opening the doors to African people, be grateful. And if you see somebody tarnishing Shiko's name or tarnishing somebody who's hosting, you are like, Shiko si mama yako, tafuta kazi, tafuta nyumba, kwenda kaa huko. So I get so passionate about that because I don't like when, because what's happening, they will reach a point where Shiko doesn't want to do it. Maybe unamwaribia jina and then Shiko ana decide, mimi sita host watu. Then who's suffering? The green card lottery winners. Innocent green card lottery winners because of one person. So if somebody is trying to help, let's hold that person's hand. If you see somebody tarnishing Shiko's name, go there and defend Shiko. Because if you win the green card, you will need Shiko. The person tarnishing Shiko's name does not need hosting anymore. It's you in Africa who need hosting. So make sure, don't listen to those people. In America, you just need somebody to bring you here. After 2 weeks, you can get a job and survive on your own. You don't need anybody else. You can't be homeless. Kazi zimejaa everywhere. When you go to a grocery store, wanasema we are hiring. So umekosa kazi wapi? Okay, I'm sorry. I went on a tangent on that.
Sorry,
But
sorry.
yeah, that's how I
Okay.
feel about it.
Yeah, I listened to another content creator saying it's possible someone can pay for the green card before going to the US. Possible?
Yes. So because it's 220 and it's expensive, you can pay it at the embassy. One, you can pay it at the embassy. If you don't have the money, like the people I host, most of them, they come from poor backgrounds, so they don't have that kind of money. So when they get here, that's why I tell you, you need a visa, a state ID, and a social, and I get them a job. Once I get them a job, they make enough money, then they can go ahead and like apply for the green card, which comes later. Because your visa is good for 1 year. That's your green card for 1 year. So you can work for 1 year without needing the other green card. That green card is just a physical card. You don't need it anywhere. So it's you don't have to pay it over there if you are struggling with finances. You don't have to pay the 220 over there. You can pay it over here.
So in case I pay it over here, I need to indicate the address where I'm going, where it will go.
Yeah, you have to indicate the address where it will go because they will send it to that address. And like, for example, if you put an address in your DS260 and then maybe you're coming for me to host you, right?
Okay.
If you're coming for me to host you, you have to go to the post office and change the address. Update it at the port of entry and update it with your post office. Say, this was my original address, but forward my mail to this address. Don't expect me to do it for you. You do it. You go to the post office and update the address so that if the green card is sent to that address, they will reroute it to your new address. So you have to update the address. It's very important. Okay? Okay, let's go to the next person.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, let's go. I think I'll take 2 more and then I'm going to be out of here. I have to do something. Hey. Hello.
Jesus. Hello.
Hello, hi.
Hi.
Yeah, what's your question?
Okay, my question is when I was applying DV lottery, si kuweka watoto. And then kwa passport yangu wakati nilikuwa na apply, niliweka watoto cause nili apply passport mbele kabla sijakuja Nairobi kwa apply DV lottery.
Yeah, so Apple first in the DS, so ukishinda DS260 don't add the kids. If you win, do not try to add the kids because that is automatic denial. So you can just go to the embassy. If they catch it, bad luck. If they don't catch it, you're lucky. That's all I can say.
Okay, what about the passport? Always notice anything for passport? Detail?
So that's what I say. Like if they notice and ask you, then you're in trouble. But if you don't say anything about it, do not bring it up.
Okay,
Because
thank
they only
you.
ask you what to give him. Yeah. So usiende huko kujisema. Okay, all right. Let me get another one.
Ciao.
Okay. What's another request? It was, what did I do with it? I don't know. All right, let me get just a few and then I'm gonna go, guys. Hi. Hello. Hi, what's your question? Good evening. How are you? Hi. What's your question? Mm-hmm. You don't need to recover it. You can't recover it now. You will recover it after the results come out. So when the results come out, when you go on that website, if you have the email address that you used to apply, you will use that email address to retrieve the confirmation number. So don't worry about it, as long as you have the email address. On the same website where you check the results. So that, huh? Okay. Like I said, it depends on what's available. It depends on what's available. If you have other people who are ready to host you for free, they can go ahead and do that. If you have rooms that need payment, you'll have to pay. So after you win and you apply, then we see what we have available. So if you don't have anything for free at that time, we'll be like, okay, there's nothing for, maybe it will be available in a month when somebody moves out. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I already answered that question, but like if you're selected, there's no time limit. But if you get a visa, is either when your visa expires, which is 6 months, or when your medical expires. So if your medical expires in 4 months, then you have 4 months to come here, as much as the visa is good for 6 months. So the medical comes first. Okay? All right. So let's somebody else. You're welcome. Okay, I'm gonna do a few and then I'm gonna go. I'll come back maybe on Tuesday again. I'll come back Tuesday. Hi, Oprah. Hi.
Hi Nafula,
Hey, what's up? What's your question?
nilikuwa nauliza aje,
Mm-hmm.
time niliapply green card, I never indicated that I'm married.
Mm-hmm.
Since I'm not legally married,
Mm-hmm.
alafu mwenye amenioa akona mtoto which is a step kid.
And you did not include the step kid.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, because you're not married, so you did the right thing. So in
So,
case you win,
yes,
yeah, in case you win, what you're gonna do, you're gonna get married. After you get married, you're gonna add your husband and you're gonna add the step kid. Because both of them, they existed after you applied. So you got married, and then after you got married, then that became your step kid. So you did the right thing. So in case you win, you can either add them and bring them, bring them to America with you. It's not gonna be a problem.
alafu what about if mama ya mtoto hajakubali tukuje na mtoto wake?
So you don't just bring the kid. You just say, I'm not gonna immigrate. We can add, and then, but you're not gonna immigrate with the kid. You don't have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long does the marriage certificate take?
I don't know, because I'm not in Kenya. So every country is different. Every country is different. So you just have to apply and see. And you don't have to do like a big wedding. You just go to the registrar's office. They just, something small, pay a few. It's cheaper that way, sign. That's it. You have it. So I don't think it should take
Okay.
long. Yeah.
So, alafu unaweza indicate bwana yangu then nimwache nitamkujia baadaye.
So the thing is, if you don't want to bring your husband here, there's no point of adding them in their DS to 60 and then having to marry them. That's a lot of work. Just process your green card, get married, you come over here, and then you're gonna petition for them as a spouse. If you're not gonna bring them, you add them on the DS to 60 if you're gonna immigrate with them. But if you're not immigrating with them, and then what's the point of like getting married, doing all that stuff? You can
Okay,
save them
kitu yenye na
once, you can get married again, and then add them to the DS to 60, because now you're required to add them after you get married. But then you can just wait until you get a visa, get married, come here, file like a spousal visa, and then they just get a visa with their step kid.
kitu yenye nauliza hivyo ni kwa sababu of the financial aid, as in pesa ya kuprocess hizo vitu zote, medical, passport yangu, passport yake, vitu zote hizo.
Yeah, so that way unaweza kuja peke yako. Ukija peke yako, unamuoa kama umeshapata visa. Because If you go there and then you're married, they request like evidence about marriage certificate about this guy. So you don't want to go through that if you don't have to, if they're not coming with you. Just process your own visa. When you get here, after you get your visa, you can get married after. You come over here, settle, become a citizen, and then you can petition for them. It's easier.
Okay, thank you.
Less stuff to evidence. They'll be like, oh, and a letter marriage certificate or proof of like, okay, oh boy, you married. You know, you don't have to provide proof if they're not coming. You don't have to go through all that. Okay. All right. Let me see.
Okay,
Somebody
thank
else.
you.
You're welcome. Andy. What time is it? It's like 4. Hi.
Yes, hey, madam.
Yeah. Hi.
I'm doing fine.
Mm-hmm.
So my issue was about if at all I win, and I made a mistake. Let's say on the birth certificate, when I send the DS260, can I change the
Yeah,
date?
you can correct. Yeah.
And the issue is my academic document doesn't line with the passport. Yeah.
What do you mean? The name?
And the name is the same and the picture, but the only thing is the years on the passport and the academic document.
So that sometimes you have to go to a lawyer and then they have to deal with that. Because now that's like 2 different people. It means like you lied somewhere. Either you lied in your high school or lied on your passport. Now you have this issue where you lied. But if it was just like a different name on your, on your passport, a different name on your academic documents, you can get a sworn affidavit of name. And then they just say this is one and the same person. So I don't know, maybe you might need that for the year. I don't know. But like you can't have 2 birth years unless you lied somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, but that means I need to get another passport or aligning to the
You can get
document.
another passport. You have to fix what's wrong, either with the education, but because they have to line up. If they don't match, people go to the embassy, they just give them a problem like, oh, they put something very small that's different. So something like a birth year, if somebody was born in 94 and 92, those are 2 different people. You can't give birth to the same person in 2 years. So they know you lied somewhere and they don't like when you lie. So you have to fix, I don't know how to fix that situation because I don't know how you got yourself in that situation to begin with. You know?
So that's my situation because I signed this the deep rotary of 2025. So I'm like when the results come and
So don't
when
worry
I'm
about it.
selected.
Wait until May to see if you are selected or not. Because maybe you're worrying. I'm telling you, DV lottery is not easy to win. So just wait. After you win, you go from there. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay, let's go. I'm just gonna take like maybe one more person and then I'm gonna go. I've been live for a very long time. Let's try to get one more person. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. What's your question?
Okay, first and foremost, I don't know what you people are discussing about. Are you discussing about the visa lottery or
Yeah,
what
the
exactly?
visa. Yep.
All right, so my question is, I'm not sure if my country is still allowed to do the visa lottery. I don't know,
What
but
country are you from?
I'm from Nigeria.
So with Nigerians, they're not allowed, and not because of anything they did. Is because if you bring 50,000 people in the U.S. within a certain time period, then they shut you down. They
Yeah.
give other countries an opportunity. So the only way the Nigerians can qualify is one, if a Nigerian marries a Kenyan or somebody who's eligible from a country that's eligible to apply. Then you can apply, but then you claim eligibility based off your spouse. That way you can apply. Secondly, if you're Nigerian but both your parents are not Nigerian, maybe your parents are Kenyan, they were visiting Nigeria, you just happen to be born there. So none of the parents are Nigerian. That way you can apply and claim eligibility based off of your parents. But then otherwise, then Nigerian, you have to wait.
Yeah, I mean, we've been waiting since the last time they allowed Nigeria was 2011.
Yeah,
Was it
because
11? No,
Nigerians, there's a lot of
2009.
Nigerians here.
Yeah,
Like
I know they
I
had. I
tried,
know. I
they had
mean, yeah, that's what they said. Like Nigeria take like 50 to 60% of the
exactly.
winning. They win more. I don't know how they win more, but
Yeah,
I
so
think they win
they
more.
want to give other countries opportunities as well.
Yeah,
That's what you
but I mean they've left us for so long. We've been
but
out since
but then like
2009.
Nigerians, you have to consider they're not just coming on DV lottery. They're coming on visitors visa. They're
Yeah.
coming on employment based visa. Because one thing that's positive about Nigeria, when they come
Mm-hmm.
in the US and they see an opportunity, they run back home and tell everybody in the village.
And start
Kenyan
bringing
people,
them. I got
Kenyan
you.
people, they come, they see opportunity. When you ask them, they say it's God and prayer. Let me tell you how it happened.
But that's true though. It's mostly God. We in Nigeria we
I
like to
know.
pray.
So I know
We're very
God guided
spiritual.
you, but then what's the process? God was there, but then you had to feel that DS 160.
Yeah,
You
you
can
have to
tell
feel
somebody
this
that there's
song.
God involved, but then you had to do something.
Hmm. So
So
so I have another question. I know you are in a hurry already. I think I came late.
yeah.
So I have another question for you. So if I have to like bring my sister, like through that, I understood already that we are not allowed to do the visa. So she has to marry someone from Kenya, from Ghana, or.
And then like even to marry somebody from Kenya, they had to be married before she applied. She can't marry after.
Oh, that's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
because she has to have married this person before to claim eligibility based off. Because you can't claim eligibility as a Nigerian on the application because you don't qualify. So
And
they had to be married before.
before the time. So and what time? When exactly do they start? Is it from June?
No, October.
Oh,
May is the results, but then October, usually the October to November. First week of October to November.
hmm.
First. hmm So yeah, so they can if you have a brother, you have a sister,
I
they're looking for
do.
good Kenyan people. Now you have to
Mhm.
be nice to me.
Immediately I saw you, I already loved you. I like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna stay by and see what's going on here actually.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right. Let me do just one more person and then I'll be out of here. This is the last person. All right, Carlton. Carlton, somebody? Hi. Hi. If you haven't followed, make sure you're following. Tap the screen. Next time I'll be live on Tuesday, I think. In the morning, I think I'll come early because I have something I have to do. All right, hi.
Hi, Nafula.
Hi, what's your question?
My question is,
Mm-hmm.
where do Ugandans should go for a medical clearance? Is it Uganda or Kenya, Nairobi?
So most of them are going to Kenya. So I'm assuming like Kenya is the only place they can get their medical because I'm assuming because the only Nairobi embassy can process the DV lottery winning. The Ugandan embassy doesn't process. So and then the medical is IOM in Gigiri, just close to where the embassy is. That's where you get your medical. And Geoffrey had to travel to Nairobi to get the medical. So I'm assuming the reason why he did that is because they can't get it in Uganda.
Okay.
So you can check with Uganda
Yeah,
because I'm
thank
not
you for the
Ugandan, so I
assessment.
don't know. But then, like, what I'm thinking is because the reason why he had to make the trip is because they don't do the medicals over there. Because if they don't process the DV lottery winning, how are they going to know what medical to do? What tests and all that are required? So, yeah, I think that's it. So, guys, thank you so much for joining in. Thanks for tuning in. This is the best way. Like, if you want a question, if you want your question answered, this is the best way to get your question answered. My inbox is full. My email is full. Everything. I have a social media manager, so they look at my email and they just send me stuff that I need to handle. Like if it's hosting, if I need to call somebody. So if you send me something about visitors visa, I'm not even gonna see the email because they filter those emails out. So if it's about hosting, I'm gonna get it. I'm not helping with visitors visa. I'm not helping with nurses visa. I just took a few nurses that I'm working with right now and that's it. I'm not gonna work with nurses anymore until later something comes up because it's just too much work for me. So I'm focusing on hosting, DV lottery. That's gonna be my line of gig. So thanks so much for joining in. Share my channel with other people in your country. Maybe they may learn one thing or two. When the green card opens, maybe they'll come and apply. When the results are out, I'll let them know. Don't be selfish. Share information. If you see a good video on YouTube, if I posted a video about something, share with your relatives. Share with your family, with your community. Somebody coming to America, like if they apply and they win and you don't win, America is so big. Even if both of you win, you still have space. Learn to share information. That's where African people will have a problem. Is if you find opportunity, you want to hide it. You want to just say it's prayer, it's prayer, it's prayer. We understand prayer is there. But then what did you do? What did you do to get that H1 visa? Employment-based visa. What did you do? Green card. What did you do? Getting visitors visa. What did you do? Make sure you send to all the people in Africa so that do you want to have the only good house in your village in Africa? So you come to America, you excel, you go build this big house in the middle of a poor community. People will start stealing from you. They start stealing from your stuff because they are poor. But then if you empower, give them information so that from your village, there's 10 people that come here. You uplift your village so that you're not the only rich person. You're not the only person they're asking for money. There's other people. So just make sure you guys share this information with everybody. Anybody with a green card, share my channel, both YouTube, Nafula Shalin, and then my TikTok, share so that everybody has this information. Thanks so much for joining in today. I'll catch you on Tuesday. I'll be live, so keep an eye on that. If you have any more questions, you can come and ask them. Otherwise, it's bye for now.